Is this thing on? Alright. Hey guys, it's Dmah. Andy and Duke can't be here with me because they're in Austria performing for a huge martial arts production. Wish them luck. Andy took the DSLR with him, so I'm forced to use the GoPro. Sorry in advance for the lack of quality. Today, I'm going to be talking about video games and the martial artists featured in them. Andy and I always say that in order to be a good martial artist, you have to have a good imagination. Now, growing up, movies have been a huge inspiration to me, but I would say video games have equally fed my imagination, and I would not be the martial artist that I am had I not poured hours of my life into games like Street Fighter and Tekken. So, without further ado, here are my top 5 picks for the best video game martial artists. Let's do this. Scorpion is perhaps the most iconic character in the Mortal Kombat franchise. He made his debut in the very first Mortal Kombat back in 1992, when most Americans, and perhaps the rest of the world, had the faintest idea of what a ninja was. Originally a palette swap of Sub-Zero, Scorpion added an awesome dynamic to the MK mythos as an undead ninja specter hell-bent on revenge for the murder of his clan. While I wouldn't describe his portrayal of ninjutsu as the most authentic, his use of a roped kunai gave us a taste of ninja weaponry long before we knew what a Rasengan or a Kage Bunshin was. And for that reason, Scorpion can tell the title of the best video game ninja to Get over here! Next up on my list is Fei Long from Street Fighter. Fei Long is clearly based on the king of martial arts, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do is not so much a style, but a concept saying that a martial artist should form his or her own way of fighting by combining the aspects of other styles rather than being bound by the limitations of any single style. Lee was the first martial artist to be recognized on a global scale. Still, with only one American movie, an early death, and a shroud of mystique surrounding his entire life, Bruce Lee remained a mystery to his global audience for decades. Fei Long gave the players the chance to be Bruce Lee and punch with fists of fury, and in doing so, planted the idea that even regular people could be like Bruce. Prior to Eddie Gordo's debut in Tekken 3, few people were aware of the Afro-Brazilian art of Capoeira. Suddenly, you had this badass flaring his way through opponents and just looking like an overall bamf.
They're breakdance fighting!
His movesets show that you can kick ass and do it with style. Capoeira originated with the African slaves in Brazil, who used it as a means of combating oppression. The rich culture and music intertwined with the combative aspects of this art are in many ways representative of the fight for the preservation of the African spirit that found its new home in Brazil. Eddie Gordo brought something fresh to the Tekken franchise, as well as a lifestyle to an entire generation of capoeiristas. The next up on this list, and the runner-up for the top video game martial artist, is Lei Wulong. While Lei is far from the first video game character to use Kung Fu, he's definitely the character that gave video game fans a taste of the smorgasbord that is Chinese martial arts. Lei debuted in Tekken 2, but it wasn't until the next installment in the series that his character featured a revolutionary moveset that lent incredible depth uncommonly seen in fighting games of the time. Lei's style features the 5 animals of Honga, as well as several other traditional Kung Fu systems, and allowed players to switch styles at will. Lei is very clearly based on Jackie Chan, who is himself a jack of all things Kung Fu. Lei's fighting stances included techniques that were taken straight from the choreography featured in several of Jackie Chan's most iconic films. Players who familiarized themselves with Lei found themselves diving into a rich world of not only Kung Fu styles, but Kung Fu cinema. And now, the moment everyone has been waiting for. Martial Club's pick for the best martial artist in all of video gamedom. Ryu is the poster boy for the entire Street Fighter franchise. Ryu is without a doubt the most iconic martial artist in video game history. No doubt about it. He embodies every virtue that a martial artist ought to have, and more importantly, the audience recognizes that. He's a wanderer who shuns all of life's pleasures in pursuit of his one true passion. Ryu's style is officially an adapted version of Ansatsuken, a fictional style geared towards assassination. For all intent and purposes, he practices karate. For decades, karate was arguably the most popular fighting style in the United States and perhaps all of the world. And that fact owes much of its truth to this singular gi-clad warrior. The image of a man sporting nothing but a gi and a red headband has seared itself into the imagination of the entire world as the quintessential martial artist. And the proliferation of not only karate but of all of martial arts throughout the world has Ryu to thank.
There you have it, folks. Those are my top 5 choices for the best video game martial artists. Now, I picked these characters based on their martial arts styles and the impact that these characters have had on the general public's perception of these martial arts styles. Now, I realize some of you might not agree with me, and if you happen to be one of those people, you're dumb. I'm just kidding. I'm actually counting on you to have a different opinion, and if you'd like to share that opinion, tell me what characters you think are the best video game martial artists, and more importantly, why, in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun for me to make. And as always, if you like what you see, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to us. We're gonna have a new video for you at least every other week, even when the others are gone, so be sure to stay tuned. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. We got a lot of good stuff coming out all the time. Well, see you guys next time. Dmah, signing out.